once you reach age 70 and a half, you have to start taking money from your IRAs and 401ks each year. But that may not be quite so simple as it sounds. And if you mess it up, you can get socked with big penalties. Here to make sure you understand the rules correctly is my law partner, Mike Solomon. Thanks for joining us. So, Mike, tell us, start basic. We have to start taking money from our IRAs and 401ks when we reach 70 and a half?
Well, not exactly. You start taking it out by April 1 of the year after you turn 70 and a half. So if you turn 70 and a half in 2013, by April 1 of 2014, you have to take out that first minimum distribution.
All right. And then when would we take the second one?
Well, the second one you have to take out by December 31 of each year, no later than that. So in my example, if you turn 70 and a half in 2013, you have to take that April 1 distribution, no later than April 1 of 2014, and you have to take one more distribution by the end of 2014. So you'd have two distributions that 1 year, potentially.
So that adds to your income. So it may not make sense, actually, to take the two in 1 year.
That's right. What you ought to do is sit down and look at your taxes, and you might want to accelerate that April 1. You can take that as early as the prior year. So in my example, you could take it in 2013, then take your next one in 2014, and then one after that each year.
All right. Do we have to take a distribution from each IRA, or can we take all of it from one IRA?
Well, fortunately, you don't have to take it from each IRA. What you do is add everything up, figure out your minimum distributions from the IRAs, and you can pick any IRA or mix and match. And the decision of which IRA you take it from is probably more of an investment decision, how each one's invested.
Same rule apply to 401ks and 403bs, et cetera?
Not exactly. For a 401k or 403b, any sort of employer retirement plan, you have to take the minimum distribution from that particular plan. You can't pick and choose like you can with IRAs.
So if you have IRAs and 401ks, you can aggregate your IRAs, but you can't aggregate the 401ks. You've got to take something from each one.
That's right. So, for example, if you said, I'm going to add up all my 401ks and IRAs together, and you took it all out of your IRAs and you didn't take anything, let's say, out of your 401k, you'd have a problem. You'd be okay with your IRAs because you took more than you needed to.
What's the problem? What happens if we do this wrong?
Well, the problem is there's a tax penalty. It's a pretty hefty penalty. It's 50% of the amount you should have taken out. So if you're supposed to take out $2,000 from your 401k and you didn't, not only you still have to take that money out and pay income tax, you have to pay a 50% penalty on top of that. So it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yes.
We don't want to make a mistake.
That's right.
Thanks, Mike. When you reach age 70 and a half, you're required to take certain amounts from your IRAs and 401ks. It shouldn't be that difficult, but lots of folks mess it up. So here's my advice. Follow Mike's advice so that you avoid costly mistakes.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us today. On next week's show, we'll tackle how to treat and avoid trauma. Then it's time to take a peek at your portfolio. We'll explain why it's important to evaluate your investments. A new year and a new approach to health insurance, we resolve to inform you of the latest updates, and we'll feature fashion finds of designer duds. All that and more next week. Until then, please make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.